Hi there, Capricorns, and welcome to your Dream Love Shadow reading. So, up first for you, I have the Door of Intuition. Okay, and it says here insight, perception, awareness, premonition, and instinct. And there's an eye on the door. All right, so that is coming from my Doors of Destiny Oracle cards and yeah, Doors of Destiny. All right, so there you go. You're walking through a door of intuition here in regards to your dream, love, shadow aspects. So we're going to break it down. Starting with the Citadel, a fantasy oracle deck. Okay. And it says here, the Citadel is an archetype oracle deck that is steeped in the magic of fantasy literature and tabletop gaming. Each reading with the Citadel will take you on a new journey through the Gleaming City experience, new places, new people, and most importantly, new lessons to learn. Are you ready to take the next step on your journey? Pick up your bag, open the gates, and step inside. All right, so we're stepping inside the Citadel. Okay, let's go. Dream worlds. Yeah, really what we're doing here is we're entering the dream world and through the lens of the dream, through that interception, if you will, we are going to find out what's going on in regards to your love life and what is going on with your shadow side. Okay, your dreams are going to reveal the answers. Okay, so yeah, we're going to start with the Citadel, and then I'm going to work my way into this other deck I have. And I'm not sure. What is this deck called? I thought it was really interesting, the artwork. Ooh, it's got like a skull on the back. With flowers. We've got ear, elbow, hair. This is like autonomy. This is like an atomic. I don't know. That's probably not the right word, but yeah. So we're going to get into that. And we have the Alice in Tarot Land. Because Alice, let's face it, she goes into the dream world and she discovers a lot of information about herself and the subconscious, and that really is the shadow, your shadow energy, really. There you can get into more specifics, but really it's just like, we'll just call it the shadow for the sake of the reading and the sake of all the time we have for today. Okay, so I really love this artwork on the back too. It's really pretty, really cool. Okay, so we got our Alice cards. We've got our autonomy cards. We have your Door of Destiny, which is showing me that you are trusting your intuition here. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now we have the Citadel. So I really want to know what exactly is going on here with this. Okay, because this is super like, what? Just transformative energy. We have the Priest, perseverance, and faith. And there's an eye on there as well, and two hands holding it up. I feel like, these two hands are, holding up this lens. You can see through and you can clearly see what is going on right in front of you, But the intuition here and the Door of Destiny here is like, you have to persevere and you have to have faith here that you're on the right journey and that you're doing the right thing, Capricorn, even if no one else seems to be on your side. And we have here the Patron, mentorship, finances. This is you as well. Okay, reading this book here, gaining knowledge, insight. Okay, yeah, you're looking for a mentorship. You could have very well been like the mentor. I mean, in a lot of senses, the priest is definitely someone who can come across as like, you know, teacher, right? But the mentorship and the finances and the faith here is like, have faith that your finances are aligning here. Okay. And then we have the champion, achievement and downfall. Ooh, and we have the sword breaking. Wow. Wow. Okay. Clearly there was a champion, but now their sword has been broken. So I feel like you're still with the hands and the eye symbolism here, the intuition here. I'm really getting the sense here that you're still like seeing things for what they are. But you also have just come through witnessing, you know, you had a champion, you were rooting for someone, and they, you know, broke. Like they no longer are like being held up to that title of champion. Yeah, look, the orator, communication and confidence. Wow. Look at this, the skull with the eye, and then the wreath of victory, one here, death, transformation, the orator. Okay, communication, confidence. Your intuition is telling you to communicate more about this. Communicate more about this orator, about this confidence. Okay, like death, rebirth. You know, you're not. I feel like you're speaking like through some experience, like someone here, like um yeah, I feel like you're definitely speaking through an experience, and confidence here, talking about this experience that you've had with death and transformation is giving you more confidence because your champion has fallen. Okay, so now it's time for you to pick up the sword and put the pieces back together, is what I'm getting. Okay, so your dreams, your love life, this is really, this is digging deep here into connecting with someone, trusting them, feeling this sense of intuition and trusting your gut around them. Then there's, you know, the downfall. But now you are communicating about the downfall. Okay. Ooh, the king, control, reversal of fortune, and a broken sword. Yes. Okay. So that's what's happening. Yeah. So the king here and the priest. Okay. So the priest has perseverance, the priest has faith. But the king and the priest is seeing everything through this lens. But the king is being controlling. They're trying to reverse the fortune that you've worked hard to achieve, the abundance that you've worked hard to collect, you know, all of your achievements here, all of your abundance, all of your financial success here. This king is trying to take that away from you and control you. Mommy. You're also probably having a dream about this king and this champion, or both. Maybe they're one and the same. Yeah, we have the sentinel, determination and certainty, armor, faith. Well, it says Fati, but something tells me that could have been like, I think you're waiting for that. Your armor is your faith. Your armor is your determination. Your armor is your certainty. It is your clarity here. Because you believe here that things are going to work out for the best. And you're not willing to just like surrender your fortune to someone who's trying to control it. In fact, you are taking control here of your fortune. You're taking back your power through your faith, through your communication of this experience, through your confidence. Yeah, we have here the scholar, investigation and research. Wow, there's even an I on the book. That's you. That's you, Capricorn. You're the investigator. You're getting to the truth here of why there was this downfall to begin with. Why did it go from achievement to downfall? And it went from achievement to downfall because of the orator, because of the death here. Somebody died or somebody broke up with you, right? Somebody ended things. It's the ending of something, you know? So this is going really deep into your dreams here. But I definitely want to find out more about what this has to do with your love connection. So I'm going to pull one more card. The Fate. Oh my God. Why did I pull that card? Oh no. The Fate. Accepting help and guidance. I mean, yes, you want to accept help and you want to get guidance. And through that, you are severing ties here with the control person, with the person who's trying to, uh, you know, uh, like reverse of your fortune, like someone who's trying to take like your abundance here. Okay. So, you're severing ties with that. You're cutting those toxic cycles and those toxic ties and strings there. Okay. By accepting help and guidance. Okay. All right, Capricorn. So there you have it. Fate is literally what's tying this all together. But also at the same time, by accepting help and getting guidance here, it's like it was fated. It was destined. It was meant to be. Like you need this guidance. You need this help because what you're dealing with here is someone who is controlling and someone who is trying to take your abundance from you. Okay, so in regards to your love life, right, for example, I'm going to get some autonomy cards and some, you know what, let's just do this. This would be so much easier. Okay, yeah, okay. So we have here mouth, communication, appetito or appetito to something, consuming, gateway, nourishing, integrity, your mouth. This is how you communicate. This is how you eat. This is how you feed yourself. This is how you speak up for yourself. Okay, so clearly in regards to love here and this connection, okay, you know, you're dealing with someone who like really they don't like do any of these things, I feel like, in a healthy way. I don't know. I'm just getting like you communicate, right? You consume, you nourish, you have integrity here. You have a gateway here, but like, do they have that? I don't know. Something's telling me their whole like mouth is like, I feel like I want to say like they're talking a lot of like shit, like they're talking a lot of bullshit. They're you know, like they're consuming isn't nourishing anyone. Like they have no integrity. I don't know, like I really feel like that is what's happening here. Muscles, strength, force, fitness, exercise, discipline, shield, throwing weight around. Yeah. Okay, they're throwing their weight around here, okay, in a very, like, controlling way, okay, a very forceful way. They're not very disciplined, okay. Their strength and their force should not be used against you, okay. Especially if it's a love connection because you're supposed to be, like, working together. So the fact that that's not happening is showing me that, you know, severing ties with them might be a good idea. Putting up like boundaries, for example. Like you might not cut them off completely from your life, but you definitely need to like step away from it, from that energy that they're giving you. Okay. Um, yeah, we have nerves. This is affecting your nerves, your nervous system, giving you anxiety and stress. When really, like, you're supposed to be feeling beautiful and like flowers are growing and blossoming and everything's bright and beautiful. But it's like mm, responding, sensitive, wired, coordination, pain, stress, alert, awareness. Yeah, your nervous system is like your feeling, and what you're absorbing here is pain. You're absorbing stress. You're absorbing this person's like you're absorbing really like their pain and their stress through your nervous system. And this is heightening your sense of awareness, and this is heightening your stress levels. Okay. Um, so just to put it like plain and simple, you really just like don't want to be with this person. You really just don't want to be around them, like, ever. But you also, like, I feel like you can't really like just not be around them. I feel like they're like always around you, and I feel like these other people too could be not always around you, thank God, but like try to be around you, or like your autonomy here. They're not respecting your autonomy, basically, I feel like. So this is really messing with your muscles. It's messing with your nervous system. And so now you're like speaking up. You're using your mouth to speak clearly and get your point across. Because that's like the only way they're going to understand is if you verbally voice your opinions and your concerns with them. Okay, now let's go into your Alice in Wonderland energy. Let's see what this shadow stuff is all about. The King of Cups. Okay. I kind of like this for you because it's kind of like a funny, fun type of energy where I feel like nothing has to be like so serious. It can just be a little bit of like love and laughter and fun for you. Okay, like a little bit of goofiness, emotionally, like you're feeling a little bit better because this person's kind of brings out like a more silly side to you, a more fun side to you, a more playful fantasy type of energy I'm picking up on. It kind of separates you completely from the whole like seriousness of what's happening in your subconscious, what's happening in your dream world, and sort of pulling you into a more playful side, which is interesting because shadow energy can be very like dark and mysterious and like really deep type of stuff. But for you in this particular situation, Capricorn, I feel like your intuition is telling you like have a little bit of fun, like get into that more playful fantasy, lovey dovey kind of like romantic romantic comedy type of stuff. Like it's so silly, and I feel like that's like what you're feeling right now. It's like I don't want all this serious right now. Like I just want a little bit of silliness, like a little bit of fun, a little bit of laughter. And I feel like the King of Cups is like just the cup of tea that you need, that you want, So it's definitely a break from all the silly, not the silly, but like it's a break from all the like drama, okay, and all the hard stuff, okay, because that to you is really what's ridiculous, having fun, laughing, like playing pretend, like that for you I think is what your shadow energy is trying to like bring out in you. Okay. Ooh, is this the moon? Whoa, okay. Yeah, you have flamingos, you've got Alice swinging on a swing, attached to the moon. That's your intuition right there, telling you what's up. Yeah, intuition. Wow. Oh my God, moon energy. Wow. Okay. So you go from like going into this door of destiny that's like intuition, gut feelings, like this is what you need to do, right? To like get through this. go through this door of intuition, right? So you walk through the door of intuition, and immediately you are like hit with all of these like very serious situations. This chaos of like control, and you're coming off so strong in this though, because really what I'm seeing is a whole lineup of supporting energies that really want you to thrive here and really don't want you to give up on your happiness and your fulfillment. Okay? And then we dive into love and we get this like dose of force and discipline and throwing weight around. And what's really balancing this out is you being alert and being aware to what is really going on here and addressing these issues right away and not just like ignoring them and just like waiting for them to just kind of like stop or whatever. Like, no, you're like, this stops now. Okay. And then we have the shadow energy, and it's like King of Cups, emotional fulfillment, emotional intelligence. You know, someone who really cares about your feelings and wants to like just be silly and funny and goofy with you. And it's a different type of energy that you certainly are not used to, or like you certainly haven't experienced before, but you like it. You're like, wow, this is actually right. Like, this is actually what I need. Like, this is my actual like cup of tea here. And you're going with it, you know, you're sipping that tea there. And then this brings you right back to your intuition again, right back to trusting your instincts and going with your gut feelings. Okay. And that's perfect. Honestly, Capricorn. And look, we have the star. It's been you this whole time. Okay, Capricorn. This person loves you. They care about you deeply. Okay. But most importantly, it's like you know already that you need to put yourself first and you need to start practicing some self love and some self care and self mastery and really tuning in and trusting that this is what's meant for you. Okay? That the stars are aligning, that this everything is happening for a reason, just for you. Okay, Capricorn? Because for so long you've been like, I want to say you've been like pressured, but like you've also been controlled and you've also been like manipulated in like a really harsh way. You pretty much have been like told to like accept a different reality of what's really happened and what's really going on for a really long time. And it really made you really like, I want to say annoyed, but you know, knowing Capricorn energy, because I'm a Capricorn myself, knowing Capricorn energy, I want to say annoyed is like the tip of the iceberg. It's just the tip of the iceberg. It's like, yeah. So, you know, this star energy and everything, it's all looking really good. All right, so I want to read you real quick the description of this King of Cups, okay? And just a really quick summary. So basically, the King of Cups is emotional mastery, compassion, and diplomacy, okay? And that is what you are channeling right now, okay, Capricorn? And that's what you're attracting right now. And what you had been dealing with in the past in regards to like shadow stuff you were definitely, and this is why you're like so shocked to see this, and honestly, is because in the past you definitely were dealing with somebody who was being emotionally manipulative and a lot of suppression of emotions. But you've released that since then. Okay? And this moon card. Okay. Woo. There's the moon. Okay. So I'm going to read you that one as well, and the star. So the moon and the star. So the moon card here is illusion, intuition, and unconscious. And that has like literally everything to do with like dreaming and illusions and the connection to the hidden realms of the mind. And what's happening right now is that you are gaining clarity and you are facing your fears. Okay? And then what's happening here with the star energy? Hope, inspiration, spiritual guidance. Okay? This is a card of healing, inspiration, and the potential for wishes to come true. And your wish for you to, what you wish to come true here is that your faith is restored in this connection, or in just in the connection with yourself, honestly. Okay? And that you can get through this, and that you believe in yourself. And what's happened in the past year, what you've been dealing with, okay, Capricorn, is a lack of faith, disillusionment, and a loss of hope, okay, and setbacks. That's, a lot of setbacks here, okay? But you're being encouraged here to seek inspiration and healing despite those setbacks, okay? And that's what you're doing. And the star in the night sky represents hope, inspiration, and divine guidance. They symbolize the potential for illumination and insight. The water being poured represents the flow of emotions and the connection to the unconscious. It signifies the cleansing and renewal of the spirit. Flowers. The flowers at the woman's feet symbolize growth, beauty, and the potential for blossoming hope and inspiration. And that's what you're doing, is you are pouring water of hope and faith back into yourself. And you're going to see growth. You're going to see beauty. And there's going to be this blossoming and this of hope and inspiration. Okay? So that's what's happening. That's what's going on. Okay, Capricorn? So you got this. Keep following that emotionally balanced energy that's feeding you hope and renewal, and putting faith back in yourself again, and trusting in your intuition, and knowing that what you're doing is right. And we'll see what happens, Capricorn, but everything looks good so far. So love and light always, Capricorn. Take care now. Bye.